What's up, YouTube? This is 82 and 0. Welcome back. So, I'm going to get on a topic I don't usually cover on my channel. I'm not very political on my channel. I am very political in my personal life. I'm sure a lot of my fans have already known this. But this is just something that's been bothering me for a few days. And it is basketball related, so I think I'd cover it. Brittney Griner has been back in the WNBA. She's been back in the US, you know, and I can't help but notice all these trolls, right? In the comments in every video she's in, every YouTube video she's in, right? Like a highlight video, an interview. There's just seems to be all these trolls, right? Like people that just constantly mock her, right? Now, here's my thing. She should have been smarter than to bring cannabis oil. I think it was cannabis oil in a vape pen. You should have been way smarter than that to bring it to Russia. I mean, come on. I know that from my personal life when I've traveled. For example, when I've been to Rwanda, right? And over there, you can't have plastic, right? I made sure I didn't have any in my suitcase because that could get you in trouble there. You just got to have some common sense, know where you're going. I want everybody to know I don't condone what she did in Russia, right? But here's the hypocrisy is the crowd that hates her so much, right? These are the same people that always talk about freedom, freedom, freedom. We love our freedom. Or they talk about how much America first. Why would you leave those troops in Afghanistan? We need to go in and get every one of them. We never leave an American behind. Um, and these are the same people, well, I'm not mistaken, the so called patriots for a long time. Russia was the enemy, right? Like, they hated Russia, right? I mean, look at all those American propaganda films about Russia in the 80s, the Red Scare. They hated Russia, right? Now, Russia is, led by Putin. And Putin's a very, this is one thing, right? I'm not a political science major, but I know this, right? After the Soviet Union fell, it created like a power vacuum, right? And Putin, a lot of times, I'm not saying anybody's stupid. A lot of times people just mean well, but they don't know what they're talking about. A common criticism you hear from, I was making fun of right wingers now I'm going to liberal. One of the common criticisms I have with the liberals is, and I think they mean it in good spirit, but they just don't know what they're talking about, is they'll go, well, Putin is a communist thug, right? Or now it's the left, right? Or I shouldn't say the left, the liberals that hate Russia, but for the wrong reason. I mean, they're calling him a communist dictator. The thing is Putin's very capitalist. He's a billionaire. The Russian industries there are all privatized. If you know what communism means, you know it's not communist at all. Just like how China says the People's Republic of the Communist Chinese Republic, right? The thing is China is like state ran capitalism. It's kind of weird. Like they have, for example, they have suicide nets to catch people who run out of factory, jump out the window to kill themselves. They catch them and then they throw them back on the line. Now, if anybody's studied communism, I swear I'm getting somewhere with this. They would know that means the working class owns the means of production. So a lot of times people define stuff for what it's not, right? Um, so this is the thing, right? The right wingers here that used to hate Russia, right? that say they love freedom, that say they'd never leave an American behind. They all hate Brittney Griner. Why is that? Why do you think that is? Well, one, she's let's just be honest here. She's a black athlete. She's part of the LGBT community. People just hate her for that. Now, am I saying that everybody hates her because of that? No, you can genuinely just dislike someone. It has nothing to do with that. And I'm not even saying that what Brittney Griner did was right. He should have been a lot smarter than to bring cannabis to Russia. But my entire point is, you can't have it both ways. You can't be saying you're the freedom crowd, right? You can't be saying that America first, and yet you're cheering for an American enemy, right? Russia, to hold an American hostage. I don't know much about diplomatic relations. I'm not pretending to. I have no idea how you'd solve a situation like that the right way. Because I've heard stories too where, like in North Korea, for example, I think there was a teenager who went there. I don't think he was an American. He was from some other country, I think. But he took a painting of Kim Jong Un off his hotel room wall, and then they put him in a labor camp. How do you handle those situations when different countries have different laws? I'm not saying Brittney Griner was all in the innocent. I mean, Americans shouldn't be above the law in another country, right? You can't go to another country and just murder someone or do some horrible stuff and then be like, oh, well, I'm good. But at the same time, the crowd that hates Brittney Griner, all day they'll tell you about personal responsibility, right? They'll tell you no one should be above the law. But yet their leader stealing classified documents, the one that they look up to, you know who I'm talking about, the one who uses campaign money to pay off porn stars, then it's, oh, well, he gets a pass. And the right, not all right wingers. I don't want to say that because there are a lot of. I identify as conservative a lot in my personal life, right? But I'm meaning the extremist Republicans, right? Another hypocrisy is they turn a blind eye to everything their leader Trump does, right? Stealing classified documents, right? But anyone they don't like, they just want to feed them to the wolves, so to speak, right? And another thing, right? Let's say Brittney Griner, is outspoken, right? They just really seem to dislike her for her politics too, and that's another thing, right? Shouldn't everyone have the freedom of speech? I mean, obviously you can't have hate speech, but I'm saying, shouldn't everyone have the right to voice their political opinion? And another thing with these extremist MAGA Republicans, 1 minute they're ready to cancel everybody and everything that they don't like. Yet they cry about cancel culture, right? You don't like Budweiser. Oh, let's cancel it. But you're the same ones who say you're against cancel culture. Now back to Brittney Griner. Anything LGBT related, they want to cancel it, right? But Trump, who is very pro LGBT, right, supports gay marriage, it's all crickets from you. So this is my take on this, man. The hypocrisy with the right wingers that are attacking Brittney Griner. I can't get behind it, man. I'm happy to see Brittney Griner back in the U.S. I'm happy to see her back on the Phoenix Mercury. So let me know what your thoughts are down below, and thanks for watching.